Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 of the MotorMotion ShawFireArts V8 Supercars Series. As we get underway, we can see the Squirrel absolutely smashed in qualifying, taking our pole. Kutch right behind him, also there in third. Now we've got a full field today here, 15 cars flying up to this first corner. All drivers are quite aware, cold tyres, first corner, and we don't see any incidences here in the Johnson lobby, which is great news for all of our competitors. Now, a quick shout out here to Griffo. He is our wildcard entry. We had a racer that was not able to make it tonight, and he has stepped in as a privateer to fill that slot. A little bit sideways in the corner here. He's still doing quite well. As we go down the field, we've got Roddy Dongs hot on his tail, followed by Bricks Lightning. Hellblazer not far behind him. And then we've got Marty McFarty coming here through the death chicane. How many drivers will it unravel tonight? We'll try and keep you in with all the action here in the NED Racing commentary box. Now we can see we've got Hellblazer still managed to keep 7th place. Marty's got the inside line here. It's a good push up here for the main straight. Two Mustangs having a drag race up to the finish line. Hellblazer manages to keep that lead. Marty might be able to make another move just here. We can see the other Scarborough car not far behind. This is a great little battle here. Mid-pack, lap 2. Boy. And it's still going. Wow, well done. No incidences. Great driver etiquette, professional race ordinary. Mark right behind his teammate there, Marty McFarty. The two Scarborough boys running for Scarborough Motorsport, running that absolutely stunning Dunlop. Oh, and we see Marty get a little bit sideways there. Hits the grass, and then it's all over. 360s. Hopefully, we can see Squirrels off to the side there too. Being a bit of a chain reaction. A couple of drivers there hitting the grass and going off. Madrick takes up a few spots here. Great work by him. Fly down into 10th. Followed by Benjamin Blaker. RSR Robbo, the other Bottle entry. Alright, let's move back up to our front runners and see what's happening. Where's the action? We've got Osto up here in first, followed very closely by Kutch. Now these two guys were up there in the top 3 for qualifying, so we've only really seen Squirrel drop off, but that was because he has had that spin up the back there. Will he be fast enough to get himself back into contention, or will this be a battle between Osto and Kutch? Maybe Griffo, the wildcard entry, will surprise us all and take out a win. We'll just have to stay tuned and find out. Roddy Dongs, a surprise. He's doing quite well. He's up here in 4th place on lap 3. He's obviously had a few issues in round 1. We didn't even see him on the leaderboard at all. He was right down the back of the field. Mark having a spectacular drive up in 5th. Let's jump on board with Mark. Listen to the roar of that Mustang. Wow, and doesn't that death chicane look absolutely terrifying from on board perspective. It's about as close as you want to get to those walls. You see Uncle Marco coming a little bit unstuck, in a bit hard on the throttle early. Moving down the field, we've still got DP Mario here in 6th, followed very closely by Magic. Magic makes a move, coming up into turn 1 on lap 4. He's done quite well to get past there. Not dropping off, he's saying, hey, you might have got past me, but I'm not going anywhere. Race is on. Hellblazer right behind as well, looking to make a move. Drivers using all of the available track to them. Pushing these cars quite aggressively. Now, we should be seeing some of these drivers trying to save a bit of fuel. I'm being told that the magic lap number is about 10. We've got 27 laps here. If you can do 10, 10, 7, that last stint will be quite good on the tyres. So a few other drivers probably opt for the 999, I believe. But we'll just have to wait and see what the pack do. Might be some surprises. Might be someone that tries another one-stopper, just like last week. We've seen DP Mario just struggling to pull the car up there, runs it wide and allows Hellblazer to make a move. Hellblazer coming up. Oh, using all the track a little bit extra and a bit of guardrail to keep himself straight. Both get through the jet chicane with no issues. Well done. Interesting to see, come about the halfway point of this race, how many cars still have paint on those front corners. Madrick up into 6th. Uncle Mark, we've just seen it again. He's just come a little bit unstuck into that last corner. 37, that's not bad. It's considerable time for considering if we're trying to take into account, you know, some fuel saving strategies. Maybe they don't want to put in as much fuel once they get to the end of their first stint. I think a lot of time will be made up in the pits here today. Roddy Dongs really putting the pressure on the back of Griffo. He's made up a bit of ground here. Pull it up from 6th gear all the way down to 3rd, down to 2nd. He does run it a bit wide, but he's given himself a good clean run coming up to the next couple of corners here. A bit sideways. These guys opting to take the more safer path. A little bit sideways there. He's had to back off that move. We see Griffo get a little bit of reprieve, a little bit of gap, some breathing room. See Osto up ahead, 2nd place there. Start to make up some time on the front runners here. Number 37. Okay. Quite consistent times we can see from Griffo. Must have put a lot of work here, I think. A bit of practice. Move up the field. We've got Osto. He's just done 140. Right, so I'd say that he's probably had a bit of an issue at some point, and probably why he's lost that lead from Kuch. We move up on board to Kuch, yeah, he's got 135 in a row. These guys said, yep, well, we're just going to drive fast. Maybe they're still doing quite well on the fuel as we look at it here, coming into lap 6. Wow, they're putting it all on the line, 135s all across the board. Kuch is having a brilliant run here. Livery looking absolutely stunning. Through the death chicane, no issues. Lap 6. Coming to a collision. See how Kuch gets out the end of this corner. Foot down and away he goes. A bit more throttle control through that final corner. Right, he's posted another 135. Mr. Consistent, Kuch himself, absolutely flying. Will these other drivers be able to catch him? Osto's also just done a 1:35. See Squirrel, who did take out pole with the fastest lap at the moment with a 1:35.2. That will be hard to beat. That is quite fast. Right, Griffo making his way around. He's put quite a gap now on Roddy Dons. Further back, starting to come under pressure from Uncle Mark again. Open up all of the valves available to him, flying into the corner. It's a good run through there. Pretty tidy. Go out as wide as we've seen some of the other cars do. But he's still coming down this hill. He's almost at 280 kilometres an hour. Absolutely flying. Does well to pull it up, using all of the track, coming around the corner. And here we set up for the death chicane. Looks like he's actually making a bit of ground here in the Mustang. Roddy Dongs takes it nice and easy through there. Likewise with Mark. We go back down through the field again. Mark here in 5th. Hellblazer running in 6th place. We've got DP Mario there in 7th. Brits Lightning in 8th. Squirrel, as we said, he's got the fastest lap currently. He did have pole, and he is currently our championship leader. Now, we have only had one round, so will he be able to hold on to that lead, or will another driver be able to take those orange numbers and say, hey, go with this? Magic here down in 10th. Marty McFardy and Benjamin Blake are having a little battle at the back again. Mustangs making their way around. Down, we've got RSL Robbo in 13th. Fly here in 14th. Ruzzy's just come out of the pits and he has copped a pit penalty. It's 3 seconds. That is going to be painful. Early 8 laps. Haven't seen any of the other drivers pit yet. So let's see how his strategy plays out. Maybe he's got something teed up. Wait and see. If we move back up to the leader, Osto's gotten back past Kutch. Must have been an error there. Lap 9. These guys are still battling like it's qualifying. More of a tank left there with Osto. Oh, Kutch has used even more. So he's been really pushing hard. We did see all those 135s quite consistently. If we look there on the tables, we can see lap 7. He's done that 140 similar to Osto. So they've both had an error. I'm assuming it's in the same part of the track, and I think it rhymes. With Death Chicane. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with Death Chicane. Sorry, viewers, that was that was shocking. Okay, so we've got Kutch trying to make a bit of ground up here on Osto. He wants that lead back, especially before he needs to pit. Now, will we see Kutch go in here on the end of lap 9, or will he try and push out another lap? I'm not sure if he's got enough fuel to keep going. Definitely not as much as compared to Osto. Their tyre wear is almost identical. You see Kutch getting a little bit out of shape there, coming into the Death Chicane. As these cars do start to lose weight from the fuel used, can get a little bit looser coming in to that very all-important setup before the chicane itself. As we see Kutch is coming in here, the end of lap 9. He's going to grab some more fuel, jump on board here with Osto. He's just done a 136.9. So his tyres are probably getting to the end of their stints now. Probably should see him come in. Looks like he might even have enough fuel to go again. So we'll wait and see. As we see Kutch first at the pitters in the front runners with 3% fuel Griffo, the wild card, not far behind, and he's got 5% remaining. Roddy Dongs has used a little bit more. Hellblazer, 12%, so he's done very well with the fuel save. Brits Lightning, 6%, Squirrel with 10. Now, those guys will come back out and they will effectively be that next battle pack down from the leader. Now, is going that extra lap longer going to be beneficial for him in comparison to these guys that have grabbed the fuel now? Like we've said, the tyres are worn. He's not getting the times as fast as they were. They're still 36s. It's not too bad. Those 35s that Kutch was doing, if he can consistently come back, we'll see Osto here in a bit of trouble. As you can see, DP Mario's also chosen to stay out. He's got quite a bit of fuel as well here in the Mustang. So, two different cars have come up with the same idea. Now, I believe DP Mario was quite far down the field, so if he can make this work for him, he's going to jump quite a few places. We'll see where he comes out, how much further he pushes. Again, if he pushes too far with these worn tyres, he's just going to see those times get slower and slower, and that advantage that he gets from staying out that little bit longer from the fuel saving that he's done could be undone. It's hard to call. He's got enough fuel to probably go around one more, but I'm not sure if the tyres won't be very happy with him if he does. See Osto there. Oh, he's getting fuel now. Where's he going to come out? So we've got Kutch. Could be the effective race leader, as we see Osto still in the pits. Oh, he's got his bang water. He'll be exiting. Will he come out in front of Kutch? He does. It's not by much. So this battle is going to resume here now on lap 11 at Dragon Trail Seaside, round 2 of the Shawfire V8 Supercars Series hosted by MotorMotion. Which are actually making up quite a bit of ground. Not far behind. Moving back down the field, we see DP Mario has stayed out, but he will need to pit this lap. Kutch now setting the fastest first sector. Nice healthy toe from Osto. Osto's got fresh tyres. Kutch is now 1 lap old. So he will have that optimum temperature, grip strength, and probably actually... Oh no, that was close. It was very close. Giving each other a bit of space. A bit of different race line there between the two drivers. Osto chooses to take that sort of more of a cut across those corners there. Kutch, here he goes now, ready to make that move. He says, my tyres are warmed up, yours aren't. I'm going for this one, and I can make it stick. As we see, he holds it straight, he doesn't get sideways. Osto now to move in behind as they both pass DP Mario. He's done well to get 11 laps completed and take the field. Right, Osto's turn to get a bit of slipstream and maybe a bit of effective fuel saving throughout this race. As we jump down through the field, we've got Griffo, the wildcard entry, the Shawfire livery there in 3rd place. Uncle Mark's moved his way up to 4th. It's great driving. Oh, the Scarborough Motorsport entry there. Hellblazer in 5th. Followed by Roddy Dongs. He's still hanging around. He's not going anywhere yet. He says, look, today I brought my driving boots, my driving gloves, and I'm serious. Brits Lightning in 7th, followed by Squirrel. He's definitely making up some ground. He was at the back end of this race from that spin. He's back up into 8th. Now, all of these cars have had their first pit. We see he runs purple now in the first sector. Going to go faster again than 135.2, or is he going to get held up in traffic? Oh, it's on here. We'll stick with this battle for a little bit longer. Down a bit of time. He was definitely held up in that second sector. Oh, Squirrel using the guardrail, sparks going everywhere. He's managed to... Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. We have had a microphone that just go completely flat. So as we return back to this battle here, Squirrel pushing as hard as he can here to try and make his way back up the field to maintain his effective championship lead. He wants to keep those orange numbers on his car, no one else's. Oh, using a little bit of extra room. Quite a few cars now that we're noticing with a little bit of paintwork that needs to be touched up before round 3. Once again, these guys are going quite quick in that first sector. Looks like he's going to end up getting held up again by Brits here in the second sector. Move. Brits tucking in behind. Very professional racing there. Right, he's not far off that time, so even these guys here after their first stint, they're definitely keeping on pace with those 35s, high 36s, which is absolutely crazy. These guys are really giving it their all. Coming into the last corner here, put the brakes down a second. Still doing 110 k's around that corner. Through third, grabs fourth early. Oh, wow. He's across the line with a 135.5, but we've just seen Osto hit a 135.003. So he's dropped back in behind Kuch. Now, if we just jump up to the leaders here, and he must have been using a bit of slipstream to get that. That's the fastest time we've seen him do. It's faster than his qualifying time. Not the fastest time we've seen. There are some drivers that have managed to get 134s, and we've just had a report in that one of the qualifying times from the other lobby, the Brock lobby, was a 133. Now that's just alien speed. These are guys, absolute different level. This competition is honestly the... Oh, we see Osto get it all mixed up. He's into the wall. He's got damage. This gives Kuch a little bit of breathing room after seeing Osto pushing to the absolute limit to get that 135. Now he's pushed it too far, pushed it right into the wall and copped a bit of damage. So that'll slow him down, giving Kuch a little bit of breathing room. We'll go down through the pack. We've got Griffo in third, Hellblazer fourth, Roddy Dongs absolutely flying through that death chicane. I think we even saw a little bit of air. Mark in sixth, Squirrel through seventh. Eighth place is Brits Lightning. Ninth we've got Madrick. 10th DP Mario. 11th Marty McFarty. 12th Fly. 13th Ruzzy. 14th RSR Robbo right on his tail, followed up by Benjamin Blaker in 15th. Alright guys, we're going to take this moment here to thank some of our sponsors. Welcome back. We're on board here with Kuch. It's lap 16. still pumping out those 135s. Quite consistent, but side we can see he's pitted there on lap 9. Cold tyre lap there following that. Osto's managed to catch up a bit from his earlier mistake. So he's got considerably a bit more fuel, a bit less tyre wear. Pushing on hard here to catch up to Kutch. Using all the road a little bit extra. And we see if Osto's line here gives him any advantage coming up into the corners to the death chicane itself. We see there's been a very different line here by Osto. Through the death chicane. Nerves of steel, these guys are pushing these cars to the limit. When you get that wrong, it's not fun. But when you get it right, that must be extremely thrill-seeking. Mr. Consistent, that's another 135 here in lap 17 of 27. This is 10 laps remaining. You should be seeing most drivers getting ready to come in for their final stop, fill up, get enough fuel to get to the end of this race, put this track behind them, and look forward to round 3. Got Kutch. Apologies, from Black Rose Race Team in the lead currently. Followed by Osto in the NED Racing outfit. See, once again, using all the road and a little bit extra. Moving down to our wildcard, Griffo in 3rd place. Of course, all of our wildcards will be sporting the Shawfire livery that has been created by the series creator, which was Marty McFarlane. Hellblazer in 4th. Diffusion Racing. Lovely entry. Roddy Dong's 2nd driver for Black Rose. Followed very closely now by Squirrel, who's moved his way up into 6th. It looks like he's right here to take 5th place now. So, our points leader for Gridline Racing, Squirrel, has managed to make his way back from last place up into 5th. Now, if that isn't a fairy tale story, I don't know what to tell you, but he's been absolutely pushing to get himself back there. Not as fast as the times as we've seen from Kutch, but again, quite consistent. Now, I think a lot of that might have to do with the traffic he's had to battle through to get back up to 5th. See, down in behind Roddy Dong's Brits Lightning still battling it out, pushing that car to its limits, punishing those tyres as much as he can. Madrick here in 8th, quite well. Jack Daniels Racing. DP Mario, I believe that's the first of the Rushfire cars that we've seen coming down the grid. Marty McFarlane, tail end of this one. Unfortunate start for him, we saw him spin. Just hasn't been able to get himself back up to the front. Running a bit low on fuel, so it'd be probably wise for him to come in and grab those last 10 laps of fuel and finish up his race. RSR Robbo coming down here now, as we've seen the race leader, Kutch, move into the pits. Osto's stayed out, so he's going to come in, he's going to grab those last couple of laps of fuel that he needs to get across the line. So we're on lap 18, so he needs effectively 9 laps of fuel. See, Griffo's also pitted in. He hasn't used quite as much, so he won't be there as long, but that doesn't matter. Kutch is out and he's away. So let's have a look. How far is that gap, Osto? Oh, wow. There's a fair gap, but we can see there his times are a lot slower now. This is what we did talk about together at the start of this race, before we saw that first set of pitting. You run the risk of staying out longer on the worn tyres. As you get those tyres down past the 3/4 mark, you're not going to be able to pump out those consistently good times, and it invites a massive mistake when you come up to this death chicane. So Kutch here, he has grabbed a full tank of fuel just about, so he will be going through to the end, followed by DP Mario, who won't have enough. He will need to pit from third, which will invite Griffo back in. He's got enough to go all the way. Hellblazer's got enough to go all the way. Squirrel, he's also going the rest of this race, and I believe the rest of the pack has all had the same idea. Let's get in, get that last bit of fuel, and race to the end. As we see Osto now into the pitch with still 11% remaining. Might just jump back up to Kutch, see if he can catch Osto and get past him. This will be the final pit stop for the contention battle of the leagues. Osto, how much does he need to finish? He's grabbed 80. He's not going to come out in front. So that effectively gives Kutch back the race lead with a considerable margin. I'm not sure if Osto's got enough to catch. Let's see, he has grabbed less fuel, so he's a little bit lighter. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if he manages to make up some time here. Back down through. Deputy Mario has decided to do another lap here. He's going to keep pushing. We'll see if he can get the 7 laps. He's got a quarter of a tank remaining. It's not impossible, but what will his lap times be? Will it be enough to hold off Griffo, who we can see lurking in the background? That wild card entry is doing quite well. Was set to be in an official team, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, I believe that was put aside and the spot was offered to someone else. He said, look, you know what, if you have a shorter driver and you want a wild card, I'll put my hand up, I'm happy to come racing. So I believe this is his second appearance. Could be wrong whether he appeared in round 1 or not. I'm sure we did see a wild card. I'm not sure whether it was Griffo or not. So you're in 4th. Get through this death chicane. He does, no issues. He's definitely making ground up on DP Mario there. Looks like he must be really, really fuel saving. Going around for another one. His tyres are saying, crikey mate, this hurts. His fuel's saying, oh, am I going to make it? Can he stretch that out? If he can, it's going to be a fabulous finish for himself. We move down, we've got Griffo down through to Hellblazer. Hellblazer's just come across the line with a 1:36.7. We're on lap 21 of 27. We're coming down to the final laps of this race here. 5th place, Hellblazer, down to Squirrel in 6th. Brits Lightning in 7th. Roddy Dong must have made a mistake. He's dropped a few positions. He's here in 8th place. We can see a bit of that paintwork is quite scratched up, so it looks like he's had an argument with a wall, and I believe the wall may have won. Down to Marty in 9th. Mark here in 10th. So jump back up through to Marty. He does have enough to get to the end, so there's been an accident somewhere that we haven't caught on the telecast. Mark has dropped considerably. He was well up the field, doing amazingly well. He's, I'm assuming, either, I can't see too much damage there, so he might have just come out a bit wide, might have got his pit strategy wrong. Sure we'll hear from the Scarborough Racing team throughout the week. Their socials are absolutely amazing. If you want to see any of the team's socials, or as we see Rusty get quite sideways, jump onto the MotorMotion Facebook page. All of our teams are there. There's quite a bit of information. You can jump onto the website and check out all of your favourite teams. You can see their liveries and a few statistics from where they've placed in the races. Go down through the field for the final time. We've got Ruzzy here in 11th place, 12th place RSR Robbo, 13th Madrick, 14th Fly. Oh, he's just got it all mixed up there. That's not good. Down in 15th, we've got Benjamin Blaker who's moved aside. A bit of lap traffic there. We'll move back to our race leader, Kutch. Kutch still smashing out those 135s. Mr. Consistent. There's been a few little errors, but he has had an absolutely fantastic drive as we see him navigating that death chicane with ease. Looks like he's got quite the lead on Osto now. I don't think he's catchable with the laps remaining. I believe as long as he keeps himself out of trouble and stays consistent with a 135, that's right, you guessed it, he should have this hands down. What a great race from Kutch. As we see a yellow flag, that's right, there's always variables. You never know what's quite going to happen on track. Looks like that official has stopped waving it. He's brought it back in. Looks like the driver ahead has managed to get himself going again. That's good news. Kutch now pushing for the fastest lap. Slightly off in that first sector. He looks quite quick here through sector 2 as well. Catching up to that lap traffic. Will he get in the way? Or will he manage to make it all the way through? Let's see what he is in sector 2. Is he still up? He's not. He's down even further. Hasn't quite made up as much ground as we thought. Did look fast. Final corner here on lap 23. All laps remaining. And Mr. Consistent has... Oh, he's just missed out on doing it again. He's proven me wrong. We'll move back down through the field. Osto here in second, coming across the line. 136.3, so not quite as quick as Kutch. A wildcard entry Griffo, also coming up through the field. Looks like he's made some ground there on Osto. 136.9. We see Rusty coming out of the pits, 14th place there. Squirrel now up to 4th. Wow, what a great drive. All the way from last place up into 4th. That's spectacular. What an effort. This is probably why he is currently series points leader. Will he be able to hold on to that with Kutch, Osto and Griffo all finishing ahead of him? We'll just have to wait and see this leaderboard. We've got Hellblazer putting the pressure on. That Mustang chasing down the Camaro. We're here on lap 24 of 27. There's only a couple of laps remaining. Hellblazer giving that car everything he can. Here in the slipstream of Squirrel. See a yellow flag ahead. Looks like someone's had an argument with a wall ahead. Ruzzy's... Oh no. Was that contact? Yes it was, as we can see the front of Squirrel now with a bit of damage. That is super unfortunate. See how much that affects him, whether that invites Hellblazer then to try and take fourth. Like it's really giving him any opportunity to make up any ground. In fact, if anything, I think that incident's lit a fire under Squirrel, and he said, you know what, that's it, I'm driving the wheels off this thing. There's only 3 more laps to go. He's on for the fastest first sector of the race, so definitely right. He's got a fire under him. He's going as quick as he can, using all the track a little bit extra, as we see the dirt go flying out from underneath those wheels. Down the hill we see 282, down into second gear. Right, here we go, the setup, the most important part. If you get this wrong, you're in big trouble. Oh, he's done well to pull it up. He did get it wrong. He was in big trouble, but he's managed to save himself from impending doom. Hellblazer now with the opportunity to catch up once again. See that he did get that right. It's a great little battle here between 4th and 5th. You see again, quite consistent times. 137s all the way across there for Hellblazer. Similarly there for Jeff as well. Squirrel in 4th place. Moving up to Griffo. 36s with a couple of 37s sprinkled in. Osto, some 36s. Looks like he has had a few incidences there, as we see a 41, 38, 37 and a 39. So, tail end of this race, he's probably just trying a little bit too hard to get everything and a bit extra out of this, trying to catch up to Kutch. Definitely not doable now as we move up to our race leader with a massive margin over second place. One more lap here for Kutch, and he has all of the time in the world. No pressure at all. But it doesn't look like that's slowing him down at all. He's not just taking this out for a leisurely Tuesday cruise. He's here giving this everything he's got. As we see, he's got just enough fuel to get to the end of this stint, so he's timed it well. So we jump on board for the final lap. First place here, on board with Kutch. Celebrating there on the comms with his team, Black Rose Racing. Race win here at Dragon Trail Seaside. He comes across the line with a checkered flag. Well done, Kutch. What a drive. Osto here in second place. Oh, only just enough fuel to get across the line. We've got Griffo, the wildcard, coming around that final corner. That wrap with a huge shout out to our sponsors for this series, which is ShawFireArts. Third place. So we've got Squirrel and Hellblazer battling it out still here for 4th and 5th. Looks like Squirrel is going to take it this time. It's been a great battle to follow for those last couple of laps. Squirrel 4th, Hellblazer 5th. We move down. Bricks Lightning there, 6th place. What a great drive. Followed by Roddy Dongs. Finished last in round 1 and now 7th in round 2. DP Mario looks like he is out of fuel, unfortunately, so he has lost a few spots. Just didn't quite get that fuel right. We see Marty also come across the line there in 9th. Madrick here in 10th. See a little bit of latency going. And we move down to Uncle Mark coming across in 11th. RSR Robo 12th. We've got Fly coming around this final corner now in 13th. We see Benjamin Blaker has already finished across the line in 14th, 1 lap down. Ruzzy looks like he's having a bit of an issue there. He's lit up the rear tyres coming through that corner. Through the chicane. I'm sure they'll be quite excited to get back on the cruise ship, talk about their race, see what they can come up with for the next round. It's quite interesting to see them run so long. As we saw 11 laps, I believe, for his teammate. So, anyway, I've been your host. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
NED 8% in colour, our boldest expression. You can really taste the whiskey coming through with our signature rich oak. Big, smooth NED whiskey, bold with sweet collar, powerful oak, and even more whiskey. Long finish of that signature NED flavour and refreshing collar. Perfect for enjoying with mates around the fire.